Next song we're going to do is a song by Dan Fogelberg, and it's called Leader of the Band. Dan Fogelberg was diagnosed in May 2004 of prostate cancer. And he's an amazing artist. He had a lot of big songs back in the 70s. But what's interesting about Dan Fogelberg was that when he wrote this song called Leader of the Band, he said that everything I wanted to say to my father, he said, I said in that song. All the love I feel for him. And his father was a leader of the band. And he said, my father got to hear that song. My father got to hear that song when it was a #1 song back in the 70s, and I was playing it at Carnegie Hall. And I can't imagine a more proud father. But what's so amazing about that story, I think, is that the connection that music plays. Here you got a father that's a leader of the band back in the 40s and 50s, and he's passionate about music. And now you've got a son who's got the #1 song in the country, and he's passionate about music, but he's got a different venue. And then all of a sudden you realize how important I think music plays. And so I want to dedicate this song to two people that I just think are tremendous, passionate people about music. One is my good friend, Keith Wander, and the other is John Elton. Both of these people are just pillars in this community when it comes to music. And that passion lives on, and the legacy lives on in the people that follow them. I know I think it was last week, I was on this committee to pick a fine arts scholarships. And one of the people we interviewed said, I want to go into music. I want to be a conductor, just like Mr. Wander. And that passion and that purpose of music, I think, is so powerful. And Dan Fogelberg, this is one of his greatest songs called The Leader of the Band. An only child alone and wild, a cabinet maker's son. His hands were meant for different work, but his heart was known to none. He left his home and went his own in solitary way. Gave to me a gift I know I never can repay. A quiet man of music, denied a simple faith. Tried to be a soldier once, but his music wouldn't wait. He earned his love through discipline, a thundering velvet hand. Gentle means of sculpting souls took me years to understand. The leader of the band is tired and his eyes, they grow old. But his blood runs through my instrument and the song that's in my soul. My life has been a poor attempt to imitate the man, but I'm just a living legacy to the leader of the band. My brothers' lives were different, for they heard another call. And one went to Chicago, and the other to St. Paul. But I'm in Colorado when I'm not in some hotel, living out this life I've chose and gone to know so well. I thank you for the music and your stories of the road. I thank you for the freedom when it came my time to go. I thank you for the kindness and the times when you got tough. And Papa, I don't think I said, God, I love you near enough. The leader of the band is tired and his eyes are growing old. But his blood runs through my instrument and his song that's in my soul. My life has been a poor attempt to imitate the man, but I'm just a living legacy to the leader of the band. Yes, I am the living legacy to the leader of the band. Thank you. My next song is a song by Garth Brooks called The Dance. And I picked this song and I intentionally put it in the program because I think what's going on so much now, I think we have just an unprecedented amount of cancer. And yet it's amazing through this cancer what you see happening. Because you have people like Elizabeth Edwards. That the other day, her breast cancer came back again. And I was watching her on TV and she said, you know what? I'm amazed at the courage these people have. I think of Jimmy Valvano. I think of Lance Armstrong. I think of Elizabeth Edwards. And what Elizabeth Edwards said, she said, I am going to carry on with the campaign that John Edwards is running. And I thought, good for you. She made the choice. She was not going to let cancer dictate her life. And she said on this show, she said, I am going to live before I die. And I thought, that's impressive. The courage that these people show is amazing. And she talked about Magic Johnson, and she said, you know, Magic Johnson was diagnosed here a few years back with AIDS. And everybody thought at that time that this is kind of a death sentence and it's going to be the end of Magic. But with the medicines coming down the pike, they know that sometimes, like with Elizabeth Edwards, she's got incurable cancer, but she feels she can manage it. She can contain it. And I just think, what impressive courage these people show. So I'm going to sing The Dance for this type of courage, because I think the song The Dance really displays courage in dictating your own life. Looking back on the memories of the dance we shared beneath the stars above. For a moment, all the world was right. How could I have known you would ever say goodbye? Oh, and now I'm glad I didn't know the way that it all would end, or the way it all would go. Oh, yes, our lives are better left to chance. Yes, I could have missed the pain, but I would have had to miss the dance. Holding you, I held everything. For a moment, wasn't I the king? If I'd only known that the king would fall, hey, who's to say? Hey, I might have changed them all. Oh, and now I'm glad I didn't know the way that it all would end, or the way that it all would go. Oh, yes, our lives are better left to chance. Yes, I could have missed the pain, but I would have had to miss the dance. Yes, our lives are better left to chance, and I could have missed the pain, but I would have had to miss the dance. Well, we're going to